My name's Chai and I run Kindred Studio with my lovely wife Bex, and I've done this video really at this time so that you can have an opportunity to practice in your own space at your own time. You may or may not be able to get to the studio by the time you're watching this, so we don't quite know what's going to be unfolding. So within this, if you've come to my classes, then you would know the basic structure of how I run the meditation, but really it's about introspection, the ability to feel inside to get a sense of what your physical, emotional, mental and energetic self is doing. In a little body scan and some alternate nostril breathing pranayama. This is where we take our life on the mat into the real world and to practice using it in an environment that's going to be more challenging than normal for most people at this time. So I really encourage you to do that. So taking time to settle in, you may be sitting on a chair, you might be sitting on the ground, just whatever feels right for you. And doing those little last minute wriggles and jiggles that you need to get yourself into a way that you can sit for the next few minutes to go through this meditation practice. So begin by closing the eyes down. And the idea of closing the eyes down is to take you more inside, to take you into your own inner world, so you get an opportunity to practice introspection, the ability to observe what's happening for you right here, right now. Now I'd suggest taking some long, slow, full breaths, or maybe even relatively quick ones just to begin with, to clear the cobwebs, as it were, so you can settle into this moment. Something akin to that. And 2 or 3 of those in a row. And then allow your breath to slow down, to continue with that ability to breathe fully in, to breathe fully out, but to do it in a very slow and gentle manner. So the speed of our breath brings about different qualities. If you breathe fast, generally you'll energize, but you're also likely to overstimulate. And at this time in the world where overstimulation is the name of the game, we want to start to go a little counterculture by slowing the breath down to create a softening effect inside. So begin to slowly inhale. And as you're breathing in, getting a sense of what inspiration means for you. The qualities of breathing in, the expansion that comes with it, new life, vitality, and that quality of inspiration. Strength is also a quality that comes with it. The ability to rise above and to get a sense of what it's like to be full, to receive from the universe. And then that ability to slowly breathe out. Softening, releasing, letting go, finding a space of completeness and emptiness, surrendering and accepting life as it is. And as you do so, getting a sense of what it's like to come into the space of relaxation. Before you breathe in again, slowly filling up, pausing, feeling that fullness, and exhaling, letting go, softening, relaxing, finding that completeness. Inhaling, exhaling, and continuing to cycle with that breath to get a sense of what it's like to breathe and to observe the physical effects to begin with. The movement of the belly, of the chest, the expandingness that comes with those inhales. The more strength in the body, the more uprightness generally. And as you're breathing out, the qualities of letting go come into the body shrinking down, contracting to some level, to softening, literally coming more towards the earth. Expansion, contraction, the spanda, the pulse of life coming through. And then shifting your awareness into your emotional state or your feeling state. And this opportunity to genuinely inquire, how am I? How am I right now? What is it that you're feeling in this moment? Not what have you been feeling today, but how are you feeling right now? What are the emotions that are present for you? And being aware that this is a moment-to-moment unfolding, subtle nuance of emotions and feelings coming through with every moment. And as you've been breathing slower and more fully, how is that affecting your emotional and feeling state? So starting to tune in to find the connection between breath and emotions, breath and body. And then shifting your awareness to mind, the trickster. Where is your mind at this point? Is it dwelling in the past? Is it projecting into the future? Is it neurotically obsessing over what might be? And the nature of mind is that it wants to wander, it wants to try and keep you safe about an unknown future. And that's okay, but in the meantime, you miss out on life as it takes place right here and now. So see if you can start to invite your mind to reside here and now a little bit more by bringing it to the anchors of this present moment, the physical body, the flow of breath, the emotional state. These things are always taking place in this moment. And while your thoughts are arising this present moment, they're generally not very often about this moment. So the invitation is to invite it back. It will wander off again, and then you notice and you bring it back. Wandering off, bringing back. And again, noticing the effect of breath over mind. As a really obvious example, I don't imagine anyone's seen anyone relaxing while hyperventilating. And equally, when you're coming into these slow, long breaths, the chances of your mind joining in the slowness, to letting go of the pace of shift and change, and to rest in this now, is much more increased. Next, bringing your awareness to the energetic world, the world of vibrations, of tinglings, the subtle movements within the body and the form, the bonds that hold all of your atoms together, the movement of atoms. And the primary source of energy and exchange with the universe is through the breath. We breathe in life force, prana, as well as a whole heap of chemicals which are then absorbed into the body system. So as we're breathing in, that air is entering on a physical level, coming into our body and being processed and changed, used, altered, and then exchanged back out again, going back to the outside world. So we breathe in the outside, filling ourselves up with new life, transforming it, and then breathing that out and allowing other living beings to be supported through that energy exchange. Then they transform it and share it back again, recognizing that we're part of a bigger picture. The pulse of life coming in and out like the flow of the tides, the movement between sun and moon. As we breathe in the universe into us and we exchange it and breathe it out again. Holding that sense of being aware of physical, emotional feeling, mind, and energy. And then the connection to being aware of being aware. Conscious of awareness, awareness of conscious. The simple fact that you know that I am. The awareness that knows that the body is there, the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, the eternal watcher, that which doesn't come and go. Learning to rest in that space, to observe the ever-changing world around from the non-changing witness. So holding the awareness of those different aspects and starting to feel your connection to Papatuanuku, the Earth Mother. So our physical form and the Earth's physical form are in almost constant connection with each other. So learning to grow your connection, to become more intimate with each other, to feel how your body touches the earth, and listening to the language that's spoken between you and the Mother. Sensation and touch and pressure are those languages. Can you become more fluent? Lifting your awareness up onto the top of the thighs, feeling them, noticing, and then bringing your awareness into your pelvis, the home of the emotional body, of the water element, and gently tilting the pelvis backwards and forwards. And as you do so, feeling the sit bones and that changing sensation in relationship to Papatuanuku, but also observing the pelvis's relationship to the spine and the torso, tilting forward, taking you into a gentle back bend, tilting back, taking you into a forward bend. And looking to find that sweet spot, that point where your torso feels upright and yet relatively free of tension. Inhale, filling up your belly. And then breathing out and softening down. On your next inhale, filling from the base of the belly all the way out to the very top of the chest. Allowing the heart to expand and to open as you gently draw the shoulder blades towards each other and down. Widening at the outside edges of the shoulders and tucking the chin and getting the head to center more directly over the shoulder girdle and the pelvis. In this way, we're looking to open up that heart space, to find more connection, more receptivity through it, but also more ability to share our heart. 2 minutes of breathing in and out of the heart brings balance between head and heart. It literally makes you more intelligent. And the studies with ECGs and EEGs have shown that 2 minutes alone of just breathing in and feeling your heart, concentrating on it, will start to shift your perspective and bring solutions where the mind can't find any. So feel this heart space, tuning in and seeing what it has to say for you, learning again, much like our listening to Papa Tuanuku, to learn to listen to our heart. From there, taking your attention down the arms to hands and fingers, feeling for any tingling, any pulsing, the subtle sensations that the amazing sensitivity of the hands can often pick up where it's maybe not so easy for you in other parts of the body. Perhaps if you have your hands in this kind of action similar or mudra that I've got, you might even be able to feel pulsing of energy from one hand to the other. Maybe feeling for where the energy of the atmosphere touches the hands and the hands touch the atmosphere. This interplay of atoms. Can you feel where your body begins and ends? Inhaling and drawing awareness out to the back of the neck and the throat, realigning or continuing to align the head over the shoulders. And breathing in. And as you're breathing out, allow the face to begin to soften a little more, relaxing the eyes, the cheeks. Opening the mouth and moving the jaw from side to side. Allowing the jaw to become more free throughout your day. It's a great tension reliever. And then taking your awareness around to the back of the head. From there to the crown. Lifting the crown up towards the sky, and yet feeling your connection to the earth. The lengthening space between your vertebrae, the ribs, the rib cage and the pelvis. And that's our practice of introspection, of looking within, of feeling your interactions inside, the arisings from moment to moment. And I encourage you to hold on to that as we then go into extrospection, the ability to feel into the space around us. So taking that awareness into the back of the neck, and from there feeling into the space behind you. This is a skill that we all have, but you maybe haven't taken notice of so much. When you walk into a room and maybe there's been an argument or two young lovers, you can feel the atmosphere. If you're a parent, the skill of feeling when your children are up to mischief in another room. So this ability to feel into the space behind us, growing and feeling out into the outside world. From there, feeling into the space in front. I like to feel from my heart when I'm doing this. Allowing yourself to expand and to move forward. Then feeling into the spaces out to the sides. hovering above, feeling above you. And then feeling into the space below you. Feeling into all 7 directions at the same time, front and back, both sides, above, below, and inside as well. This is the ability to be both internally and externally connected. True social media. That ability to really be with all that is happening, both expanding, but also being aware of your own arisings. From there, bringing your hands to your heart, setting your sankalpa. So a sankalpa loosely translates as a positive intention, but it's about tuning in to either a short-term or a long-term purpose, the reason for doing something as opposed to the goal that you might be trying to achieve. What's your deepest calling? And that's part of the reason for holding our hands in this position. So taking time to tune in. It's okay if it's a repeating one. In fact, that might be a clue to you tuning in to your deeper purpose, your deeper sankalpa, or overarching one. From there, we're going to rub the hands vigorously. And looking to generate heat. And in this day and age, it's also about killing some germs, maybe with friction. And from there, you can either place the hands over the heart or over the eyes if you feel to. Whichever feels right for you, just tuning in to the effect of heat transference, of energy moving from one part to another. Feeling the effects for you. From here, we're going to do Nadi Shodana, alternate nostril breathing pranayama. So placing the left hand down on the knee and the first 2 fingers of the right hand just above that eyebrow center. This is designed so that it takes your focus point up towards there into Ajna, the third eye chakra. So if you take your gaze up to that point of those 2 fingers as well. So I'm going to be doing a 5 count for 3 rounds, and that will be for the inhale, the hold, the exhale, the hold, and repeating back. If that's too long for you, then simply shorten that down. You can also do this energetically as well, of just having the hands down and having an awareness of the flow through the 2 nostrils. So begin by exhaling through the mouth and holding that breath out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use the thumb to block off the right nostril as you inhale left, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ring finger blocks left as you hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out left, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that completes 1 round as you hold for 5. And left, hold, outright, hold, in right, hold, out left, hold, in left, hold, outright, hold, in right, hold, out left, hold, releasing the hand and allowing that breath to flow freely again. To observe the effects of the pranayama, the flow of the breath through the nostrils. The idea of that pranayama is really to bring balance between the two hemispheres of the brain, but also Ida and Pingala energies coming up through the spine. So remembering to come back to feel physical, emotional, mental, and energetic. The awareness of awareness, the connection to earth, and the flow of breath. And complete with an Om. If you feel to join in, bringing your hands to heart, inhaling. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.